ex contacted me after her perfect husband cheated on her. Now her toxic friends are attacking me for not taking her back. My ex recently got divorced. Her husband left her for his 23-year-old colleague. She's 36, I'm 38, and her ex-husband is 43. They have 3 daughters, ages 8, 4, and 3. She messaged me on Facebook, saying she couldn't breathe when she saw my face again. She told me I looked amazing while she had aged. She found me through our college alumni group, which I had recently joined. I decided to reply, pretending to be friendly, but all the pain came rushing back. I had completely moved on from this woman. It took me 3 years to recover from her betrayal and start living my life again. But I still remember how, back in college, she had bet with her girlfriends that she would never date me. One of them told me about it later. Those same girls constantly told her I was weak, not good enough for her, that she needed a real man. It all seemed bizarre and pointless, as if they were just jealous and trying to make her doubt me. I remember warning her, you shouldn't share everything about our relationship with those friends. If you even hint that you're sad or struggling, they'll use it against you. She cried and said she didn't know who to trust. Well, in the end, she trusted them more than me. And she cheated multiple times, with 10 different guys, including some of our mutual friends. It felt like something out of a mid-2000s drama series. She claimed she was drunk. She tried to fix things, but the trust was gone. I attempted to make it work, but I just couldn't live with it, so we broke up. It was painful. I missed her. I missed her hugs, her smile. I only truly got over her when I ran into one of our mutual friends at a bookstore and we talked about the past. I asked about her, and he casually mentioned that she moved on from me quickly. She never asked about me, never missed me. She started dating multiple guys, including another one of our so-called friends. All my friends became her friends. The worst part? They had been my friends first. Then she came along, and I realized none of them were worth keeping. They hid everything from me, told her bad things about me behind my back, and made sure I was left in the dark. She eventually got married. That's what she wrote in her message. She also mentioned that she had seen me during the pandemic. She has a stable, well-paying job and is grateful for it. I told her I had lost my job and was unemployed, hoping that would make her lose interest. Then she dropped the bomb. Her husband had cheated on her, and it shattered her. She couldn't stop crying. It happened in 2019. She tried to save the marriage, but her husband told her his mistress was pregnant, and they divorced soon after. She wanted full custody of their kids, but he insisted on seeing them occasionally. He said it was the least he could do after the pain he caused. She told me that her sister and friends had picked this man for her. They fully approved of him. He wasn't attractive or charming, but he was responsible, took care of his mother and family. He was the man she chose over me. Then she started asking about my life, if I was married, if I had kids. I told her no. She sent me old pictures of us, as if trying to revive something long dead. That's when I started getting angry. How could she possibly think this was okay? Did she not remember how our relationship ended? She chose her friends over me. She threw me away like I was nothing. She never cared about me. And now, the only reason she's reaching out is because she lost her looks, and her husband abandoned her. I stayed calm. She asked if she could hear my voice. Then she said, "Can I call you?" I didn't know if I should, but I agreed. As soon as I said, "Hello," she started crying. Through her sobs, she said, "I can't believe it. I've missed your voice so much. I can't breathe." Those were real tears. I asked, "Are you okay? Please don't cry." She told me she couldn't stop thinking about me, how I used to smile at her, how spontaneous I was, how I made her laugh, how charming I was. She even remembered the scent of my cologne. I kept my composure as we talked, but my emotions were all over the place. A part of me was happy to hear the voice of the woman I once loved, but another part of me was still bitter about how she had stabbed me in the back without a second thought. Then she asked to see me just once. I hung up and soon after she messaged me, "I'm sorry." I replied, "Sorry for what?" She couldn't answer directly. Instead, she wrote, "I can explain it in person. It will be easier that way." I told her it wasn't a good idea to meet up due to the pandemic and restrictions. She insisted, "No, we can have lunch outdoors. I need to see you. I can't take this anymore." Then she confessed. She admitted that she had listened to the wrong people and had struggled because of it. She cried for days, not knowing what to do. She told me that she wanted to be with me, but people told her I would never achieve anything, that I was just a pretty boy, and guys like that always cheat. So, to make sure I would stop loving her, she cheated on me first. She claimed she did it on purpose, at a party with multiple people around, because she knew I wouldn't leave her otherwise. She told me her friends and family never liked me, and she couldn't choose me over them. I didn't want to hear any of it. She had already been through so much. Her husband left her, she was alone, and so on. So I told her, "Please don't bring this up. It still hurts to hear. I don't want to be angry. It's in the past. Let's just forget it. Focus on your kids. Maybe some single dad will come into your life, and you two can build a family together or something." Later, I asked my aunts and cousins for advice. They were blunt. "She's the devil. A wolf in sheep's clothing. Don't waste your time on her. That woman never loved you. You're too kind, and she knows it. Why do you pity her?" One of my aunts told me something that hit deep. Ask yourself this. When you were hurting, was she there for you? If the roles were reversed, would she be doing for you what you're considering doing for her? I answered, no, she wouldn't. Then, out of nowhere, her friends started messaging me. They said that if I truly loved her, I would give her a second chance. That made me furious. Loved her? A second chance? What about me? She broke me. She left me with nothing. And now you people are trying to guilt-trip me? This is insane. I replied, I never wanted to hurt her, but she chose that man over me. How would you feel if it happened to you? One of them responded, I understand, but just because she has 3 kids doesn't mean she can't love you. She loved you before. Forgive her and move on. You're not 20 anymore. This message came from the same friend who convinced her that I wasn't good enough. The same one who introduced her to the man she eventually married. And now I had to ask myself, if she really loved me, why is she still in contact with that woman? Why is she letting her reach out to me? 2 days later, I got a message from her father. My daughter is suffering. She needs closure. Could you at least help her with that? I was shocked. Closure? Why should I give her what she wants? When I needed closure, she did nothing for me. She left me with nothing. I couldn't believe it. This was the same man who had hated me, the same man who adored the guy his daughter married, the guy who cheated on her. And now he had the audacity to push me to take her back. It's absurd. I'm grateful to my aunts and cousins for opening my eyes. Her father is trying to hand her off to me now that she's been used up and left with 3 kids. It makes me angry. How do I deal with this? Please help me.